presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And a pleasant good evening from La Grande Cantina. Yeah, that's right here in the mall, and we want to see you here each and every Tuesday here at 6 p.m. for our coaches show. 6 area schools with all 3 Lawton schools, plus Cache, Elgin, and Walters, joining us to talk about high school football. And believe it or not, we're going to be talking about Week 10, and that's a remarkable amount of time. That it just seems like we just got started, but I know that was kind of August, last of August, first part of September with a 0-week game where most of our teams were involved in 0 week, which included some bye weeks and a whole schedule of district games, and so we had to sort through all that to finally get to Week 10. Week 10 is it. You know, it's either going to be finishing up the regular season. Some will be talking about postseason and playoffs, and what does it do to get to the positioning of where you're at 1 through 4. And we talked about the rankings. We got a very interesting one to talk about with our first team that's going to come to bat with the MacArthur Highlanders, because their situation is kind of, they can control their own destiny, but there's some other things in there which could talk about a possible 3-way tie for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So, you know, just kind of an educational process for those who are unfamiliar with high school football in the state of Oklahoma. You've got 32 teams in a class. You've got 8 teams per district. They're going to take the top 4, and then ones play 4s, and they cross either western side or eastern side of the district. 2s play 3s, and then you battle it out from there. So you have 32 at the end of the season. 16 will go into what is called the secondary playoff season. It's down to 16. It will be 8, 4, and then 2 to settle it off for the championship in the first part of December. So we have a lot to talk about. This is the reserved room. I was told that there has already been 2 reservations for Christmas. I know we're already in November, so we're talking about holiday get-togethers. Whether you have Christmas parties, you can have that here in the back. It's all to yourself. Of course, chips and salsa immediately put at your table, and they've got a great menu of their original recipes from family that has been passed down generationally, and they have some modern favorites as well. If you've never tried it out, we recommend it. La Grande Cantina here inside the mall. So we've got Cache, we've got Elgin, we've got MacArthur already in. The other guys will making their way in to represent their schools, and we'll start off with the MacArthur Highlanders first, and we'll do that right after this timeout on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Grande Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Grande Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
All right, we're back here at La Grande Cantina where you need to be each and every Tuesday. We're talking high school football, and we're talking the 6 area schools representing of our 13 schools in the network. And you can download our free app. That's the best way that you can connect to us. It's free to download, free to watch. on the Oklahoma Sports Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. For those who are watching on Facebook, give us a like, give us a share. That way you can kind of find out what we're doing, where we're next. It's the best way to inform you. And then you can connect to us on all of our social media outlets, whether it be Instagram or X. And then on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Over 5,000. We reached the 5,000 mark of subscribers on YouTube. We want to thank you, and you can stay connected right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So the MacArthur Highlanders up next, and Colby Spears, who deals with running backs. First off, I got to say, you got to be really spoiled. I mean, because if you say, okay, I've got one guy I can lean on, maybe another guy that can come in and help spell one, but you got what we call not just the 1-2 punch, but with a 1-2-3 punch. When you finally get to when number 28 comes rolling out there. So, let's talk to you before we start breaking down the game and the other stuff about you at running backs position, Coach. You've got to be pretty spoiled with some talent that you've got there.
Yes, sir. I mean, I've got 3 guys that can all go, and I've been really fortunate the last 3 years with the running backs that I've had, and got to be with Marquise for most of the time and seen him develop as a sophomore all the way up. But yeah, it's been really, really nice having 3 guys that can go, and they say they put the dumbest coach at the running backs because it's the
Oh, really? I did not know that. There's not much to teach them. Either they've got natural ability, or you say hit the hole and run hard and high and tight, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I tell them which way to go. They take the hand off. Most of them, they do most of the work themselves. So.
Well, they do, and they've been phenomenal at it this year. They've been quite a spectacle to watch and see if you've not been able to pick up on a MacArthur Highlander game. I know we're going to refamiliarize yourself with a little bit of the audience that may not be familiar with you, because you're not one of those long-standing coaches that have been in the room and been in, there for decades like we've had. 3 years kind of in the ranking. You kind of come from a Rush Springs kind of background. Tell us, you've got a lot of coaching experience, so tell us a little bit about yourself, what you've coached and where you've been.
Yeah, I'm from Rush Springs. I grew up there, played there, went to Destiny Christian for 8 years. Started off my coaching there, and then I've been at Minko before Mac, and then this will be my 3rd year here at Mac.
3rd year at MacArthur. Okay, so, the roller coaster of a season can be just that. You're kind of zipping right along. You had the 0 week, with Elgin and that. You never really look back. You had the 2-city championship, 2-city games to make the championship once again, to have the Generals Trophy. And then you do a Ponca City, which is kind of, an add-on because Guyman was not in the district. So for those who are, why were they playing so many non-district games? Well, in order to get 10, Coach wanted to fill, and most coaches wanted to fill that up with an opponent. So then you get in the district play, and things are rolling right along. And then, Midwest City had a great comeback win there on the road. And then we just faced with a Newcastle game, and it went down to the wire. And I know both teams had opportunities, and they took advantage of those. And so it's set up for this scenario for the last. We kind of knew how this was going to play out. Southeast was sandwiched, which was last week, in between those two, because this is really the meat of the schedule. So now Newcastle has won the district. There's really nothing you can do because everybody's lost to them. So they are district champions already going into week 10. So that leaves a question mark for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So bottom line, and I had to ask Coach Spears so I could kind of be informative on this, because I want to make sure I get it right, because you can't mess this stuff up. So if you win, there's no question at all. It's 1st and 2nd Newcastle, and MacArthur gets a 2nd. But interestingly enough, if you lose like a close game, like 2 or 3 points, like a field goal, you're still 2nd, because with that loss, it's a 3-way tie between Bishop McGuinness, MacArthur, and Midwest City. And so that's why you say you want to get your maximum 15 points, because it does matter in the end. If you lose more than 4 or above, you lose by 5, then you're a 3rd. And so you could still lose and be a 2nd, and that's a short, close game. So, formulating this of kind of who's who, we've seen Newcastle, and we've seen Bishop McGuinness, and they just got done finished playing last week. Bishop McGuinness loses by a field goal, just kind of like what we were doing to them. Went up by a field goal. Newcastle didn't give them any more time. It was 1 second on the clock when they kicked the field goal. So what did you find out about Bishop McGuinness that you have to be prepared? This is a team that's on the other side of the district we are not really familiar with, but what are they going to bring Friday night?
They bring a good squad. I mean, like they were really close with Newcastle, 2 evenly matched teams. I thought, I still feel like we were a little bit better than Newcastle, but they pulled it out, got the
advantages.
made the plays when they did.
Yeah.
But McGinnis brings a really good squad. They're good up front on both sides of the ball. They got playmakers. They got a returning quarterback that's a stud. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good fight. I think, the most games you can determine whether you win in the trenches, you probably got a good chance to win. And so we've challenged our guys that, if we can run the ball, we got a good shot at winning the game. So.
Well, and that's been something that's been your positive that you could always rely on. We always could, run the ball. And I know most teams are going to say, well, if you see MacArthur, you're going to want to stop the run. Well, good luck with that. I mean, you can that's going to be what your plan is, but executing that is a little bit challenging. And Midwest City even found that as well. So if you can run and throw, a definite combination there. Good to be back home. I know it'll be senior night at Cameron Stadium, but a game such as this, and it's a precursor to say it's probably going to be a playoff atmosphere. Bishop McGinnis, private school, they should bring a lot of folks and pack the stands. So it'll be good to have that. But it will also be good to be home, right?
Yes, always good to be home and don't have to ride that bus to the city and play in front of our fans at Cameron. It just feels more natural.
All right. Home. Well, good luck. It's probably one of our premier games of the week out of all the games on the network of our 13 games in action, and so you want to catch that starting at 6:30. Let's get to some of our players. We'll get the first one if you'll grab the microphone and give us your name, position, and what grade you're in.
My name is Marquise Harris. I play running back, and I'm number 4. Yep,
Marquise Harris. We've seen a big dose of Marquise. How is it that you do you feel, and you probably appreciate the breather, but you get shared responsibility when 0 comes in or when 28 comes in, or do you really want to tote that rock as often as you do?
I mean, of course I love having the ball in my hand, but you do get tired out on the field, and just knowing I can have 2 guys come in and not have a fall off and the team still be all right, I love it. I love to have that.
Well, does that help you, like, with fresh legs coming when it comes to the fourth quarter?
Yeah, definitely. Like, getting the little breaks and then going back out there, being, like, all the way back, it's a good feeling.
It's a big thing with our offense, too. I mean, we play fast, and we get a lot of reps. I think, even the other night, he said, man, I had 33 carries, and then Jaja had 20-something. I'm like, wow. That's still – he's still getting 33 carries.
And that's a split. That's right. That's right.
So it's really big that them guys can stay fresh, and hopefully I do a decent enough job running them in there now.
Well, tell us, to be in a game such as Newcastle, and it went down, and you guys, it literally was splitting hairs as far as how that was going to go. And then watching the end of the game between Newcastle and Bishop McGinnis was the same way. What are you anticipating for Friday against them?
They look like a good team watching through film. Like Coach said, they're good up front, but we're good up front too. And I feel like we can match up with anybody. So,
okay, so let me ask about your vision on the field. You do a lot of spin moves. You really try to get out of tackles. When did you start to develop that? When did you start doing that?
I don't know, really. I just really started doing that this year. But during practice, we have our little drills where we juke, we spin. So I guess I just picked up kind of a routine through practice.
Okay, so you made the highlights of our games of the week, even though it wasn't a touchdown, and you actually hurdled a guy, and that's not allowed in high school, but it's a great, phenomenal highlight. Walk us through that. When you see a guy going low and you got a great vertical, that you're just going to go airborne and jump over it.
Well, on that one, I kind of predetermined it because earlier on, like a drive before, we were on the goal line and he had shot the gap, and he hit me very low. So going into that play, I seen him over there on the safety over there. So I said, like, if it was me and 5, that I had to jump, and it just so happened to be him there, and I jumped. And you
jumped, and he was right over. Now, I'm sure you've seen it because social media is so exact. The Saquon Barkley, did you see the backwards hurdle?
He's already practicing.
Practicing that. Now, you can get hit in a very unfamiliar place there, if that does not go right. I always thought with a spin too, you can always get right there in the rib cage with that. But
I'll take responsibility.
Explain how that has just got to be God-given talent and instinct, because there's no way. And there was a clip that I saw, because everybody got the clip in the picture and everything else like that. But there was a clip from the sidelines of his teammates, and what they saw and their reaction was actually better than almost the thing, because they just couldn't even believe it. This is the NFL, and you think you've seen everything, and he did something that no one's ever seen.
Yeah, it is. It was a crazy play, and like you said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it out, but I have been practicing.
Oh no! Even with the flag, all right.
Well, I take responsibility on the flag because the previous series, like he said, that kid went low on him. And, and earlier in the season, we're playing at Ponca City, actually, and Jaja does the same thing. Runs the middle, safety goes low, he jumps over him, there's no flag. And so I had heard that rule had been taken away. So
I was not.
After the first series, he came over, and the kid was chopping his knees. I said, man, just jump over him next time he does that.
Right.
That's on me. So.
Well, I kind of knew what the flag was about when it came through. Well, it's a safety issue, and I understand these kids, they see it in college, they see it in the NFL, and they say, hey, why not? Okay, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food, it's kind of basic, but my favorite food is pizza. I feel like you can never go wrong with a slice of pepperoni pizza.
Just pepperoni pizza. I was going to ask you what you want to. Okay, what do you like to do when you're not playing football? Give us some of your hobbies.
I love to go fishing. That's probably one of my favorite hobbies. I go fishing with Coach Spears sometimes.
Okay, and what do you like to fish for?
Bass.
Bass, all right, bass fisherman. The top water kind of guy. I mean, what's the biggest bass you've ever caught?
6 pounds.
6 pounds. Did you mount it, or are you a catch and release guy?
I'm a catch and release guy.
Really? Wow. You at least took a good photo of it, though, right?
I have a good
Do you
photo.
know that they can taxidermy based on measurements? A fake fish for you, I mean, and just make it just think of that. If you ever get a good one, you say just make sure you take a picture and you get all the measurements. And there are ways that they can do that where they manipulate it. It's not your fish, but it looks just like it. So I've got a walleye on my wall. It's actually the one from Michigan that I got. It's a 27-inch walleye. It's the biggest fish I ever caught, and so it's fun. It's a thrill. Bass are fun. They want to throw that lure out of their mouth. So you got to be a little skillful sometimes. So what's the senior season been like for you?
I mean, it's been fun, but it's gone by fast.
It has.
I love my team. I love the bonds I made, and I'm not ready for it to be over, and I'm not planning on letting it be over.
Well, that's right. You got at least one more guaranteed, because you're in the playoffs. So you got senior night. How is that going to be like when you get announced coming across Cameron that last time?
I don't know yet. I say I'm not going to cry, but I guess I won't know.
It's very emotional. That's right. That's right. Okay, you got someone next to you. Let's get him to chime in. Give us your name, position, and what grade you're in.
My name is Josiah Thomas. My position running back.
Yeah.
And number 0, and a junior.
A junior. So you're going to come back. How does it feel that you're going to have to take on the reins for a senior that's graduating? You've done quite well to come in and like even Mr. Harris said, didn't even miss a beat. You come in there and you got a little bit different running styles. I can always tell who's in just by how you position yourself on the field. But how much do you work together on what you do?
I feel like we work together a lot, and watching him on the sideline definitely helps me for when I get in. He teaches me a lot.
So, in turn, are you going to be able to do that, to pass that on to some underclassmen with you? Because, you got to feed this. Coach Spears wants to have a stable of running backs that keep coming through.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely feel like I can teach 28.
Yeah?
Things too. And Coach Spears teaches us a lot too, so
all right.
It's like that helps us out.
Well, now you got props because he thought that he was lowest on the coaching staff there for running backs. It's been kind of a good thing because usually you see teams with one standout running back, and then you say, okay, well, that guy, if he goes out, there's always a step down, and you guys have not experienced that this year. So hats off to your hard work. What is it going to be like for Friday with this game against Bishop McGuinness?
I feel like if we just come out and play like we have been all year to our best of ability, we could beat them. I feel like we can.
What's your favorite food?
Probably crab legs.
All right. And what do you like to do when you're not playing football?
Definitely play the game.
A video game?
Yes, sir.
Which one?
Like 2K, Madden.
Are you live with these other guys? Or
I beat him all the time.
All the time.
I just beat him before we came here. NCAA. I just beat him.
All right. Well, the competition will continue, I'm sure. All right, the MacArthur Highlanders, we got Walters in the house. We got the Lawton High Wolverines, the Elgin Owls, the Eisenhower Eagles. Yeah, we got a full house. You can come join us at La Grande Cantina. We'll continue with our Coaches Show coming up next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
All right, back here at La Gran Cantina, the next team up. So that's how we come through with all 6 area schools. We appreciate their time. We appreciate their involvement all season long. Can you believe, Ryan, this is week 10?
It's here. You know,
I mean,
it flies by.
You and I talk a lot of football over the years, and talk about how in week 5 there's a little bit of slight. I hate to see it going this fast because we're halfway through the season, but I can't believe that we're just talking about week 0, just kind of getting this kicked off, and you guys were playing the MacArthur Highlanders, and now you look back, district champions. Yep. Congratulations! Some record-breaking stuff again. We had that last year with Lund. Mm-hmm. He had his name in the record books. Now Trace Laura twice for most career touchdown passes in a season, or a career, and then also passing yards for a career. And now district champions back to back. Means you're going to host 2. You got to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, we're excited. You know, we're playing well right now, and scoring a lot of points, and defensively we're playing extremely well. You know, I think a lot of people talk a lot about us offensively. I don't think the defense gets enough credit. I mean, we've had 2 games where we held the opponent to negative yards rushing, and I think we're giving up about 5 points a game. So the defensively, we're just as strong as we are offensively.
So you're a receivers coach for the Elgin Owls. Talk a little bit about who you're having to deal with. I can see your, I guess because I know your background, I can see a little bit more tight end play. Mm-hmm. I think that probably had a little bit of your influence because I know you're a big fan of the tight end. Done well with that. But the receiving core, how has that been working with them this year?
Oh, it's been awesome. I've got 2 of them here, our ex, Brody Morrison, and our A-back, Casey Meyer. And these 2 are playing extremely well. Brody's averaging over 30 yards a touch, which, probably means we're not giving it to him enough, but he and Kaysen both have almost double-digit touchdowns on the year, and so they're both playing extremely well. Then our other wideout, Josh Adesola, he had a big game last week. He had 3 big catches and a score, so it's really unique for me. We've the diversity of we're distributing the ball out. We've got Brody, I think, is leading us with about 7 TDs, but we've got Kaysen's got 6 TDs, and Adam Eaton, the tight end's got 6 TDs, and so we're doing a really good job of spreading the field out. Trace is doing a phenomenal job getting the ball where we want to go, and the last few weeks, we've gone into the game with a game plan, and defensively they've come out with a new look for us, or something we haven't seen. And
I knew that was coming, right?
these 2 right here, they do a great job, finding the zone. Kaysen at A-back, he's really got a nose for, finding the soft spot. He finds the hole in the middle of the field, and Brody stretches it for us on the side, and he's had success. He's scored on a couple tunnel screens when they've came off, and he's forced the corner to come up, and he's been able to get behind them. And then, Kaysen does a phenomenal job just, on our option routes and then finding the window vertically. So it's really nice, that those guys are going to making plays for us.
Brody's playing both sides of the ball too, yes, so I guess maybe that's why he's not getting the ball as much, because coach says how wear out. You got offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator fighting us. Okay, but I need him in this position, so let's not wear him out too much. Yeah, I got you. Okay, so last game of the season on the road. You had senior night last week with Clinton to beat the Red Tornadoes, and we mentioned this in last week's. I think coach said that only one time beating Clinton in school history.
I think they were 1-15 going into the game.
Wow. So, there was a lot to prove still. Even though Elgin has done what they've done the last couple of years, there's still what, I'm borrowing from others that hold receipts, they keep onto those and say, hey, this is something that we want to accomplish. So that was pretty good as an opportunity there. You close out with the Battle of the Wichitas. It is a rivalry game. Cash is in the house too. We'll talk about what that game means to both communities, because that's really what it is. It's small town football, and it's on Friday nights, and it doesn't get any bigger than that.
No, it's a big rivalry game. We've already got shirts made. There's a big trophy you love. It's a giant trophy, and the two towns are rivals in every sport.
Right.
They don't like each other, and I'm excited to be a part of it for the first time. We got to go over to Cash, and from what I understand, we're going to dress basically in a parking lot. Have to walk through the entrance, so I'm sure there'll be some pleasantries exchanged there.
Okay, all right. Kind of like OU Texas coming out the same tunnel.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly.
So what have you seen on Cash and the Bulldogs? They've kind of really had what they've challenged in the season, but they're kind of coming on strong at the latter part. They really gave Clinton a run for their money, with the kind of a mismatch of, what was going on with that, and they had some special teams that they're good at. Yeah. So what else have you seen with
They
the
really
Bulldogs?
played well, 2 weeks ago versus Clinton. We've pretty much followed Cash all year once district started, so we've got to see them a lot, and they really played Clinton well, and Clinton's very good. It was a one-score game at Clinton, and they played Weatherford on Thursday. We were able to be there for that, and they went toe-to-toe with Weatherford for a long time, so they're a very good football team. The last 2 weeks they've really put the ball in the air and had a lot of success throwing the football, and so it's a big game. It's a rivalry game. They're going to come out ready to rock and roll. And
anything about guarding about a trap game? Meaning, if kids look at scores, they look at look at records, and I know you guys have stayed away from that, but you as a coach still have to remind them that hey, on any given Friday, this can happen. So I know you're not completed with your mission. You still got a lot to do, but anything to that?
Yeah, Coach White's done a really good job this week harping on that. The fact that it is a rivalry game. We know we're going to get everything that they have. They're going to pull out all the punches and do everything they can to win the football game, and make sure we're prepared for that. And we've had 2 good days of practice so far, and we're going to be ready to go. We got a chance to go undefeated. I know the district title sold up, and I know the playoff scenario is pretty much a done deal.
Right.
But still, it's a big deal to be 10-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We want to be 10-0.
Yeah, well, that's a big accomplishment too, because it's very hard to do. So, best of luck to you with the Elgin Owls, and not finish with the business at hand. They've got a lot to still accomplish as we get to Week 10. We got some players with us, so grab the mic there, Brody, and give us your name and your grade and what position you're in.
I'm Brody Morrison. I'm a junior and number 2. I play wide receiver and DB.
Anyone that you prefer over? We'll let the coordinators close their ears so they don't hear if you have a favorite offense or defense.
I don't know. I get the ball a lot on offense. I like offense.
Okay, all right.
I like defense too.
Yeah, but you've had some good picks in that too. It's like this year. How many have you had this year?
I got 0 right now.
0? Oh, 0 this year. Okay.
I'll catch the ball on offense.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess I'm so used to seeing 2 as highlights. I just assume you're on both sides on that. Okay. So talk about as a senior this season, what's that been like?
It's good. Just we've all been putting our head down, grinding. We've just been ready. We're ready for everybody. We're just.
What's it like to play in this Cash game? Because I know this isn't history. You probably know, but that game was a 0-0 game one year and went down in the fourth quarter. It was that contested, and it had to go down to the very last. And so this game means a lot for both cities. But what does it mean for you guys at Elgin?
Yeah, there's a lot of history between us. Like, it's a big rivalry. We're ready, but we're just ready to go because we got something to prove.
Yeah, and you got to go on the road to do it this year. So the Battle of Wichita. Oh, it was about 80% chance of rain.
That's gonna be tough too.
Well, that's the thing is, when you get playoff time, we've been very, very fortunate this year that we've not seen rain earlier. A lot of hot temperatures for a long period of time. Seemed like it would never get to fall. Got a little bit of cool, but then rain. What does that do for you to have to try? Are you guys doing wet ball stuff? This is how to prepare for the rain. Are you guys gearing up for anything like that?
Extra socks,
okay.
Taking off the visors, maybe no gloves.
Okay.
Just whatever you have to do. Just come prepared.
Well, the good news is it is artificial turf, so it's not like real grass. That's another mess, when you get mud and traction. We'll talk to Walters when you have to deal with on-the-road issues in the rain. But what's your favorite food?
Steak.
How do you like it cooked or prepared?
Medium.
Medium,
go.
all right. And what do you like to do in your free time, some of your hobbies?
I don't know. I like video games. I like playing video games.
All right. Do you guys play each other on
Bryce, he's not better than me. He said it last week.
All right. Well, who's the best on the team, though?
Me. It's
okay.
me. It's
Well,
me.
you've called out all your other teammates, so you know they're going to say, okay, if he thinks that that's what's going to happen, let's go to it up.
It's all right.
Okay, and then this senior season has been all these seniors. They talk about the connection that you guys have had meshed together. How special is this class?
Well, I'm a junior.
Oh, a junior. I'm sorry,
a junior,
that's right,
but I know
how special
even
is
all
the
of our
senior
connections
class?
are still close. We're really close with all of them. Like, the season's been a lot to us because we just know it's like our last year together, and we want to make it a good one and a great one.
Okay. All right. You got another player next to you, so give us your name, position, and what grade you're in.
I'm Casey Meyer, number 1, sophomore.
Sophomore, yeah.
I play slot receiver, and on defense, I'm a backup middle linebacker.
So it's in the backyard brawl. You or Ritzenmeyer. Who wins that?
It's been tough. It's been tough on
now
my
you're
end.
a little bit younger. Now is it the typical sibling? I have 2 boys. One that feels, okay, I'm older, so I'm going to be dominant, so I'm going to throw you around the yard. And is that how that goes, or are you kind of bow back on it?
Honestly, I think neither one of them can take Dad.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Pops was a good player, and he looks like he can still go. Like, I wouldn't mind patting him up and suiting him up Friday night.
All right, that's good.
It's really like I'm really the one that like always instigates it, and then he just has to come over there.
I guess because you're the younger, you feel
Yeah.
that you have to. Okay, all right, I got you. That's all right. So, I mean, that must be interesting dynamic at the house then, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So how has your sophomore season been? I mean, a lot of times sophomores, getting experience like this as opposed to, okay, you're not a JV player or just a JV player, but to play varsity reps at sophomore, you got to be pretty special about that.
I mean, yeah, it's great. I mean, all year last year I was just on the sideline, and I was watching him because he used to play my position. I was watching him, and the older guys, they was just teaching me how to do it. And, I mean, it's great being out there now, like knowing that they all got my back and I'm out there and I can play for them this year, them older people.
How much does your brother influence you as far as when you're looking up to him?
Oh, a lot. I've always been playing with him. Even when I was younger, I played up. Yeah, I was always on.
Always in the same team?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Well, it's good to have a same team. It's good that you both are coming back next year for the Elgin Owls, him just being a junior. So coming back, that's going to be pretty special as well. We had him on last week, for the show. What's this game going to be like for you against Cache? I know that you don't have the history like everybody else does playing Cache, but the communities are so closely related, play a lot of sports with each other, and there's a little bit of that back and forth. But what is this game going to be on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, it's just going to be how it always is. I mean, it's a big rival, so you know how they are. Even no matter how good each team is, it could always be a good game.
Yeah. What's it like going to be playing in the rain on Friday? You going to like it or not like it?
I mean, I've always wanted to play in, like, the rain. I'm ready for the snow, though. I'm trying to get in the snow.
I did play in the snow once. I'm originally from Michigan, and there was it was not like that one a couple years ago with Carl Albert played MacArthur, where it was a whiteout, and you couldn't even see the markings of the field. I mean, they were gone.
That came out of nowhere.
It was just like onion.
One.
It was pretty incredible. All right, so the Elgin Owls finish up with the Cache Bulldogs in the Battle of the Wichita, 6:30 for the pregame in Cache, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. We've got the Cache Bulldogs. We've also got the Walters Blue Devils, Lawton High Wolverines, and the Eisenhower Eagles still yet to come as our coaches show continues right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
right, we are back here at La Grande Cantina inside the mall. I think there's too much fun going on right here. Everybody laughing and having fun and food. That's what it's all about at La Grande Cantina. We are back in the reserved area where you can book for birthdays, anniversaries, hail and farewells, Christmas parties. They've already got 2 Christmas parties booked today. So if you're really thinking about it, you want the extra room, you got the tables, you got the resource of the great authentic Mexican cuisine, and then they've also got some of the modern day recipes on there so you can get the best of both worlds. Great chips and salsa, homemade salsa each and every day. Their tortillas, homemade fresh each day. Yeah, if you've not been here, make the experience at La Grande Cantina inside the mall. The Cash Bulldogs, Tanner Thompson, talking to all the other coaches previous to this. Can you believe we've got to week 10 already? I mean, you guys put, for a game that lasts up to 3 hours on a Friday, and I think people realize it, but they don't realize it, meaning how much time and effort is spent from spring ball to the summer to the scrimmaging, and then each week of all the hours of preparation just for a Friday night thing. We kind of take advantage of as a fan and a spectator. Wow, I'm here to go watch some football, but there's been a lot of work. Can you believe we're already at week 10 already?
No, I can't. That's one thing we talked about, with our seniors and, cherishing the moments because it goes by super fast. And we talked about this week, it felt like just yesterday we were starting in August for first day of practice, and now we're here to week 10. So.
Well, week 10 is going to be a closeout of your season, unfortunately. But with that, where can you say your team has grown? Because we've seen it. We've seen you kind of grow up. We've seen you in the Clinton game, and like we were just talking with Elgin, you're within a score with them, and they are the defending state champions. And so, to go toe-to-toe in 4A, which is a very tough district. But what else have you learned about this team, and what have you seen progress up to this point from when you first started?
Right, I think we found our identity and who we want to be, and we had a lot of young guys step up this week with these 2 next to me. We had a bunch of sophomores and juniors playing this year, and I think they kind of learned some things as they went on and got some valuable reps. And I think going forward we know who we want to be, and that's the big thing. And I think that's why we've gotten better over the past 4 weeks, each and every week, and we know who we want to be offensively and defensively. And then, our vision for the program going forward. And so I'm excited.
Coming off of being a defensive coordinator as long as you are and now the head coach, what would you say you learned the most being a head coach in this first year?
Right. I mean, with being a coordinator, you just get to focus on one thing, and that's being good at one side of the ball. Right. As a head coach, there's so many revolving things that go around with it. It's not just one side of the ball. It's offense, defense, special teams, and then it's, planning, preparing itineraries and, figuring different things out along the week. And, there's so much that goes into it that, even I didn't realize, going into it. And now that I know better, I kind of have a better feel of how I want to do it going forward and be a lot better with it next year. So.
Well, and has it been enjoyable for you?
It has. At times it
challenging, but enjoyable. Well, and you've got some family members that can help you out too. So, you're a phone call away to say, hey, right. I'm in this situation. What can you help me out with? You got that base around you that can kind of help you navigate through a season such as this.
For sure.
Okay, so you got the Elgin Owls to close out. You had your senior night this past week. Let's talk about your seniors again. You got to acknowledge them. A great win against Douglas to close out. That was really great on a senior night. But what else can you talk about with those seniors?
Just the young men that they are and their character. Going into this season, we had hopes that we could have some success with especially with our senior group and the kids we had coming. And just based off of we had some injuries, and then getting back and. With the quarterback and let him get some games in and get going. And, with our seniors, they never wavered. Whether things were going good or whether things were going bad, they were the same people every day, and they showed up every day with a good attitude, and they worked hard.
Well, this week, is no stranger to the 2 communities. T-shirts are made up, bragging rights, a trophy that exchanged. They're trying to find trophies for all kinds of things. The Lawton has the General's Trophy for a city championship there. I know they're creating now new stabled trophy events like this. This is the Battle of the Wichitas. It means a lot for both communities. It's a great Friday night atmosphere at home for you guys. So talk a little bit about that and what kind of matchup you should see on Friday.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. Cash and Elgin have always been pretty much rivals in every sport. Even when I was in high school, we were rivals with Elgin. You played them in basketball and football and baseball and wrestling, So it's a great atmosphere, and, the kids know each other, and it's going back and forth. But the biggest thing is, we want to focus on is just another football game, and we're trying to execute and be our best going into it.
Yeah, okay. Got some players with you, so we'll get the first one. Grab the mic and tell us your name, grade, and what position you're in.
My name is Kenny McCracken, number 22. I'm a sophomore, and I'm free safety.
So what's the sophomore season been like for you?
I've learned a lot. I mean, it's been great. I think it's good that I got to play at such a young grade. And
for a varsity position, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I know you got some coaching at home. You got one in the very back right there. How much coaching do you get at home?
I get a lot of reminders.
A lot of reminders. Okay, yeah. That's good. That's good. All right. Also a wrestler?
Yes, sir.
What weight class?
Undecided.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I want to cut a little bit.
Well, okay. That you and I are in that. We've talked a little bit about with wrestling, and so my familiarity, and this is old school. I'm really old, so just pardon me on this. Back in Michigan, when I wrestled, and I wrestled a couple of years, we had 167 and 185, and I weighed like 170. Something, 173, 174. There was no way I was cutting weight. I couldn't do it. I wasn't disciplined enough. I didn't care what kind of gray suits they were going to have me run in the showers. I wasn't going to be able to do it. And so I always had to wrestle up. I had to wrestle at 185, being outweighed by about 10 pounds usually. And so that was just kind of my unique situation. But when you said about whether you want to cut weight or not, I can understand that. How much weight would you have to cut if you have to make a decision?
Not much. My max probably about 10 pounds.
Okay.
Don't tell my mom that because she
not like she's not here an earshot away, so we can't kind of hide it from her. Yeah.
She doesn't like me cutting weight, but
I understand. And coaches don't either. Football coaches, they like to have all that. So it has been a great season of a lot of youth, is what Coach says. We're a young team, but that's really gonna pay dividends in just a couple of years. As a sophomore, when you look back at your senior season, how would you want to improve at the position that you're in? How would you want to get better going forward, especially looking into next year?
I just said, getting bigger. Make plays, just being that guy out on the field that no one wants to run the ball his way.
You are at home against this rivalry game. What does it mean for you to be in a Cash Elgin game? I know all your parents will tell you what it meant. Coach will tell you what it meant for him as a player. It never goes away. And now it's upon you, and you get to be a part of it. How thrilling are you just going to be just to play in that game?
I'm super excited. I've dreamt of this since I was real young. Just sitting up in the stands when I was a little kid, just in watching that game, it was always great. Yeah, growing up and watching it and being a part of it, it is something a little different. Fan of the wet, rainy conditions? What do you think about that? Hopefully, I'm more of a safety, so hopefully them receivers will have a little bit trouble catching the ball.
Yeah, there you go, because you got wet conditions. That's not something that any of these teams have been familiarized with all season long. It's been hot, dry. What's your favorite food?
Probably have to say any type of chicken.
Chicken, all right. Where do you get the best chicken?
Mom.
Okay, all right. So you got your brownie point now. So whatever you were worried about before has all gone away now. What do you like to do when you're not playing football?
Improve. Whatever I have to do.
How about hobbies? Hobbies. What do you like to do when you're not playing football, hobbies-wise? You like to fish, hunt? You like to?
Yeah, fish and hunt. Anything outdoors. Go on a little run, just anything, just outdoors.
Okay. And you got a player next to you. Why don't you pass the mic down to him? Give us your name, grade, and what position you're in.
Garrett Graham. I'm a sophomore, and I play tight end and linebacker.
Okay, both sophomores playing both sides of the ball. Got a new coach. How has this new year of transition been for you? I know you don't have anything to compare to because you're just sophomores coming as freshmen last year, but what's the season been like? It looks like you guys have really kind of grown and improved by about weeks 6, 7, and 8.
Yeah, it started out slow, but I think we started improving quite a bit and just trying to learn more.
How would you like to improve going forward as a player?
Looking at the people above me and trying to know the game a whole lot better than what I do now.
And how excited are you for this Friday game?
I'm pretty excited. I know quite a bit of kids from Elgin. I think it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I know. That's what it is. Even with the rivalries with social media connected, back in the day, and I'm going to, talk a little bit about some Lawton stuff. Back in the day, you didn't have any kid from Lawton High dating someone from Eisenhower. That's all gone away. They all know each other. They all, it's all kind of mismatched. But back in the day, those boundaries were really, really closed off. That those were missed opportunities. A fan of the rain? No rain? You don't care? Just want to play Friday?
It really doesn't bother me a whole lot. I'm just ready to play.
What's been your favorite game this year as a team? What was the best game that you thought was a fun game?
Probably Douglas.
Yeah.
We dominated.
Yeah, everybody was scoring there, right. What would you think was your best game as a player? Didn't have to be a winning game, but what you think you graded out and got the best effort that you gave?
I think Clinton. I think I tried really hard.
Okay. All right. Great opportunity. Cash Bulldogs, Ulrich Stadium. It's going to be a fantastic Battle of the Wichitas, just like we always see, right, on a Friday night there in Cash. Congratulations on the season, Tanner. And we get to see you next year. And I know it's kind of sad to kind of close it up and get ready for basketball season. But you guys have really matured and really come a long way and really had some eyebrows raised. I know Clinton for sure, whether that was a trap game or not, but they were scared.
Thank you.
It's a great opportunity. All right, so we still got the Walters Blue Devils. We got the Lawton High Wolverines, Eisenhower Eagles. Yeah, we're still talking football week 10 right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, La Gran Cantina, and we are here inside the mall, and you can come here for birthdays, anniversaries, especially in the special room that we're in the back, and there's a lot of fun going on, a lot of players, a lot of coaches, and a lot of football still yet to talk about Week 10. And Coach Griffin, we're going to talk about the Walters Blue Devils. Congratulations. Really kind of on a roll right now, and I guess things couldn't be better for the Walters Blue Devils at this point.
Yeah, we're playing really good football, and we're in playoff mode. I've told our kids that the past couple of weeks. We made the playoffs a couple of weeks ago, pretty much, but it's all about positioning now, and we've done a lot of good things. It seems like we're getting better each week, and that's exciting to see. So, we're kind of gelling at the right time.
Well, let's talk about, we talk about district points. We talk about important about winning these games week to week. And now you got, you'll have to walk me through the process of 1 through 4 with you guys, because Minko kind of threw a monkey wrench in the works there with a team that beat you, but you beat Minko. And so talk about possibilities of 1 through 4, winning the district, hosting a playoff game. What does it look like for Walters?
Well, if we win this Friday night, we definitely have the first round at home, put us at first or second. We're going to have Hobart beat Christian Heritage for us to have a chance to win the district because they have one loss, we have one loss, and that puts us head-to-head, and they win there because they defeated us earlier in the year. So,
right.
We can be anywhere from 1 through 3rd this week. If we lose, there's a possibility that we'd be 3rd and on the road. So, it's kind of hard to believe that you're sitting here 8-1 talking that you might be.
I know, isn't it? I know.
So,
I mean, it's just
but that's football, and we're in an extremely tough district. You look at, like I said, Minko beat Christian Heritage, and we put it on Minko pretty good, and then you throw Stratford in that mix, and they're a really good football team. It's not even going to make the playoffs. Them and Herbert both. So, it's a tough district. Like I said, like I keep telling the kids, we can't worry about the things we can't control.
Right.
We just need to take care of business this week and let the chips fall where they may. If we'll go ahead and take care of business and win this Friday night, we have definite first round at home for the playoffs.
That's really good. That's really important.
But, we have probably as good a teams in our districts who we're going to face in Wynnewood. They got the same record, lost to the same team that we lost to, and so they're really good, and it's going to be a battle Friday night.
So break down your X's and O's and what are your keys to the game for a win on Friday?
Well, we're just going to have to execute. I think that our kids, like I said, we've been playing well. We're going to have to continue to block well like we've been doing. We're going to have to be really, assignment sound on our defensive game plan this week, and I feel like we've got a pretty good game plan. And it's going to come down to each of our guys winning their battles every play. And, the game of football comes down to 3 things, and it's blocking, tackling, and taking care of the football. And those 3 things is, whoever does that the best is going to win. And it's that way from here on because, like I told the kids today, even after this week, everybody you play is good. Only half the teams are still playing after this week. So it comes down to who wants it the most and who executes the best from here on out.
Who do you, what pleases you the most when you look back at this whole season? What is your proudest moment about this team?
Well, I've enjoyed the process with them, because they're such a tight-knit group, a great group of kids. Every day I look forward to going to my job, and, that's a lot of what coaching is about. And, it's our senior night, and it's, I feel like I'm graduating, 15, 16 sons myself this week. And so, it's just a really close, tight-knit group, and it's been a fun journey with them. No matter how it ends up the next few weeks, it's been a journey that I'm going to remember forever. Like I said, we've had a lot of great moments, a lot of fun, and it's just been a great season.
So you say an older team? You have 16? You say, is that the number I heard you say?
We have 16 seniors.
Wow.
And so we've got a lot of experience on the team, and that's one of the things that's helped us push through some of these tougher games. Is we've been more experienced and senior laden than a lot of these teams have.
Become 8-1 is the benefits of that. Okay, you got some players with you, so grab the mic, give us your name, position, and what grade you're in.
Fisher Parks, left guard, and a senior.
Okay, so fun senior season?
Yes, sir.
You're not finished though, right?
No, sir.
Okay, well, what about Wynnewood? What do we know about them?
They're a good team, well coached. They have a lot of tradition. It's going to be a tough game.
What about senior night at Walters for you? What does that mean?
It means everything. We've been preparing for this moment since we were in 3rd grade. We've all been playing together since as long as I can remember, and we've just been preparing for this year forever.
It really benefits that you guys have played. Elgin is the same way. That senior class, they say they grew up together. A lot of them played there all together, and that kind of makes a very cohesive group. You always bring a big fan base here. What does it mean that you guys really well represented at Walters there?
It means everything. It just shows that we're all tight. We're on one unit.
Yeah. What is it? What's your favorite food?
Probably steak.
What's your favorite school class in school?
Probably ag.
Okay. And so what does it mean after school, after graduation? What do you see yourself doing?
I'm not 100% sure yet.
Okay. All right.
A lot of options.
It's all right. No problem. Options are good. All right, you got one right next to you. Give us your name, grade, and what position you're in.
I'm Ian Good. I'm a senior. I play receiver and linebacker.
All right. So senior season been fun for you?
Yeah, it's been one for the ride for sure. You know, just like he said, we've been talking about our senior year since third grade, and now we're here. So I've just been trying to cherish the moments, but it's been a fun one.
And I think you've been on the show before, so you're kind of no stranger to our kind of questions. What does this game mean to you on Friday, and what does it mean, to kind of close out at home in Week 10 like this?
Well, kind of like what Fisher says, it means basically the world to us seniors because we've been playing on this field, and to think it could possibly be our last time playing on this field as a team, it makes you want to play harder, especially knowing that we're about to be going against a super good team. So it makes you cherish the moments, but it makes you want to work hard and go out there and do your very best. But yeah, it just means the world to me.
Now you may not, because you say, well, I've been ready for this moment. Are you as surprised to look back and see that you're 8-1? I mean, to kind of reflect back and said, oh yeah, I expected this is exactly how this was going to go.
I don't want to say I expected it, but I guess I take it back. I did expect it out of us because I know our standard, and I know how good we have the possibility of being. So to say I didn't expect it would be a lie.
Pleasantly surprised, though, in the outcomes, the outfits.
I'm very thankful for the fact that we do have this record for sure.
All right, okay. And what is your favorite food?
My mom's spaghetti or my grandma's gumbo.
Okay, all right. But if you had to choose one or two, or could you not do that?
No, I'd probably choose my mom's spaghetti.
Homemade, huh?
Homemade, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So that's always a good thing. And what is your plans after school?
My parents own the slaughterhouse up in Sterling.
That's right.
So it just work for them. I know they plan on
talked about that last
expanding
time. You could slice up the steaks or what?
Yes, sir.
Make it however you want it. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So just go work for them, and then hopefully help expand them. Help expand their business.
Okay, that sounds good. Well, good luck to you guys. Of course, we're the biggest fans of all 13 of our schools. Believe it or not, and I think this is solidified now, of the 13 schools on our network, 11 are going into the playoffs. So that is incredible for us to have such great talented teams, and this is one of them. They want to keep that continued run going. So we've got Lawton High and Eisenhower. Yes, both of those teams see playoffs, and we'll talk to them next right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Gran Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Gran Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, La Gran Cantina is where we are at Tuesdays for our coaches show. 6 area schools, all 3 Lawton schools, Cache, Elgin, and Walters. Talk to all of them, but we've got Lawton High Wolverines, Eisenhower Eagles to talk to, and Lawton High Wolverines with Coach Zoe coming down to the 5A ranks from a 6A2 position. You and Eisenhower kind of flip-flop. They went up, you guys went down. Week 10 already, you said in the very beginning in Week 0, you say, what you see in Week 0 and 3 is not going to be what you're going to see 8, 9, and 10. Do you think you've lived up to that promise to us to know that we're going to see that kind of a difference?
I think I was doing a good job until 9. think we just plateaued a little bit in 9. That kind of got us a little bit. But,
okay.
But no, yeah, I think obviously, we got a lot better. I mean, going to be going into the playoffs and stuff like that. So, got a chance to finish 2 in the district this week. Big game against Guthrie. So we played not very good in the beginning. We got a little bit better every week, and I think we did not get better last week, but that's okay. Guys, got to figure stuff out a little bit. So. We'll be fine. My mom told me I need to slow down when I talk, so I'm trying to be really diligent about how I'm talking today. So I'm talking too fast.
And I'm not critiquing NFL coaching at all. And last night's game was criticized and questioned a little bit because it was Tampa Bay at Kansas City on the ropes, in kind of a rainy situation. They go down, and Troy Aikman and everybody else is saying, "Hey, I think when they scored, they're going to go for 2," and they didn't. They kicked the 1, and they lose in overtime. Were you surprised that Altus was them going for 2 on the road in the matchup for last week? Were you kind of surprised at that?
First of all, the Buccaneers never had the Chiefs on the ropes. If they had went for 2, my man would have won. My homeboy would have went right down the field and got the 3 and would have been out there with a win.
There's no doubt.
Go Chiefs. Okay, so
there's 8-0 for a reason.
Exactly. All right, now funny story. Okay, a few years ago, back in 2019. I was at my other school. Coach Reed was at UConn, and we were playing against each other. So my quarterback actually tore his ACL at halftime, right before halftime. Played right before halftime, but he played the rest of the game. So we were down 35-14. He threw for 286 yards and 4 touchdowns, and then a 2-point conversion to beat us.
With an ACL?
With an ACL tear.
Oh, my goodness.
On a tight end leak play in the back of the end zone. So this is karma, So I don't blame you for this one because there's, not. And then
that's an inside joke about him with the coach's show, and I'm bad luck. And I said, hey, if I have that much control, what kind of wand do you want me to wave? I'll make it all go away.
If you was waving with the right hand, wave with the left hand. I need that for a little while. But no, I wasn't surprised at all. I knew he was going to go for 2. I would have if it was reverse rolls. I definitely
he pumped like 3 times. I thought my goodness gracious.
We had him covered. We had him sacked. That kid is a really big quarterback.
Oh, he is.
Big kid. I knew he was big, but when you see those kind of kids in person, you're like, man, that dude is an impressive looking kid. You know what I mean? So
we're talking about Brody Rogers from Altus. Yeah,
he's an impressive looking kid, man. He did. He really did a good job hanging in there tight because we had him covered, and then I think we thought we had him, and we didn't have him, and then he made a throw, and the kid caught the ball. So
and the way they were playing when they knew that, playoffs aren't really, what they were really shooting for.
I know that, me and Coach Reed talked before the game, and, they came to it was a Super Bowl for them, they got to play Carl Albert this week, so, I'm not saying crazier things would happen that day.
Sure.
But they had a chance to win a game, and they felt like we were the ones they could beat. So they came out firing. I thought we had them, them down 14-0. That big play right before half kind of cost us. But, in the end of the day, you go back and look at the game, it's a lot of mental mistakes. Some things that we have kind of fixed a little bit, kind of creep back in there. That's off to them because those kids played amazing. Altus' whole team, Coach Reed obviously did a great job. They played the game. They wanted to, you could tell they came to win, So, I think we had them down. They fought back, And then we get tied up. We beat, we score. We get tied up again. We score. We stop them. It's just we got it, and then there's a couple mistakes. We call a pass play. We don't run the right route, give a pick 6. Then we come back and we have had some issues with our snapper situation because our snappers have all been hurt. So we got a freshman kid in there snapping. He's done a great job the whole. No fault of his own, done a great job the whole time. But we just don't do it 100% correct, and it gets away from us a little bit. So luckily our punter saved us and got a punt off, but it wasn't. It was a 5-yard punt. So his normal punt's a 50 yards. We get a regular punt out of this guy down into the other sideline. They got. I don't know if they have the offense to drive, that long in a minute, 27 seconds type thing. But they can definitely drive from the 40 and get down there and make something happen. So like I said, it was a lot of things, a lot of combinations of some things done wrong. But at the end of the day, they did a great job. They won the game. Hats off to them because they played really hard.
Okay, so you mentioned the little pecking order. Carl Albert in the driver's seat will already win the district there. It leaves 2, 3, and 4. 4 is pretty much locked up Noble because you've already beat Noble, and so is Guthrie. So it's down to you two at the Rock. You said this is the first time of you actually going and playing at the coaching at the Rock. It's going to be a first experience. But what else do you know? Altus also gave Guthrie a little bit of run that I couldn't figure with the updates we were getting of how that game was really. I didn't get to watch it on film.
It was
how that
a
laid
lot
out.
Of scoring.
Yeah, it was.
It They actually played a good game against them. They had a good game plan. Some of the stuff that they do, that Coach Reed does, is gets a little tricky a little bit when it comes to mixing the wide zone with a little bit of the go-go offense with the option stuff that Brendan Marion does at UNLV with the two backs on one side. So that's always, we talk about kids in the 2020s. There's some things that they don't know about, like fullbacks and option.
What's a fullback,
What's a fullback, coach? We got to explain fullbacks and
saying,
is that a sniffer? No, it's a fullback. Is that a wide? No, it's a fullback. We got to go through this whole deal. But that option stuff, man. If you can do it pretty well and you got somebody that can run it, it's gonna give you some issues. So that was what was giving them the most issues was the speed option stuff and the triple option stuff. So they had they busted some big plays. It was a good game, but. It's pretty funny. I met Coach Beebe probably 5 years ago at a clinic, and I met him through. So Coach Woodard, who is the D-line coach for them, was my 8th grade football coach. So I've seen him, and that was the first time I had seen him since I graduated from middle school type thing. He gave me a big hug and introduced me to Coach Beebe, and we've been really good friends for a long time. He's a great dude. A little crazy, but you're a good dude. But he's just kind of one of them deals where I kind of figured if things went the way they were supposed to, this game would come down to be a really good game and a really big game for both of us. So lo and behold, now we got to go play at the Rock in the rain.
Yeah,
and they're the only team in the conference with grass field. So
I understand.
It's gonna get a little old school out there this week.
It is. Maybe they can have
I'm excited
some fun
about
with
it, man. I don't know. I don't know if any of our kids have ever played in the mud before.
Wow.
I'm looking at Javon right now. He's shaking his head. We was in the mud all the time back in the day, man.
I know, yeah.
That was fun, especially this November time of year.
Oh, yeah.
It's cold and
grass
it's muddy
stains,
and it's raining.
jersey
grass
was
stains.
muddy. It's caked in your mask.
Your mama make you strip down at the car. You can't get in the car with your pants on because everything got mud on it. So, yes,
that's right.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting,
Yeah, playing at the Rock. We got some players with us, so why don't you grab the microphone, give us your name, grade, and what position you're in.
My name is Braden Burrell. I'm a junior, and I play tight end.
Had a nice little touchdown the other day. You made a little OSN highlight reel. That's pretty good, huh? You saw that coming? There was a flea flicker, right? Pass to you?
Yeah,
that was 4 or 5 weeks of work to get that.
Does it really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So when you had that play called, and you can go back and watch that. It's our first of the highlight of the OSN top plays of the week. You know it's called, and you know where it's going. How excited are you to, get the ball snapped off so you can get right where you need to be?
I was really excited. I was just hoping the ball got thrown to me, though. I didn't have to worry about catching it and getting in the end zone.
Yeah, There you go. What's this season been like for you with Coach Stowe at the helm as your new head coach?
It was very new at the beginning, but now that we week 9, week 10, it's I caught on to everything. It's better now. So.
What do you think, Coach, talking about playing on natural grass in potential rain up at Guthrie this Friday? What's that going to be like?
Well, if it rains, I feel like it's just going to be real slippery, less cuts and stuff. So just run the ball.
Yeah, okay. So what is your on the road? What kind of methodology? We already know what he does the night before. What do you do game day? Do you put some headset on? You go take. It's a little bit longer of a bus drive because it's not really to the city. It's on the other side of it, so it's a little bit longer of a bus ride. What do you do on that bus ride up there?
Well, I sleep because we got something called dark room, and he yell at us every time for not being in it.
Okay.
But I tell him my dark room's on the bus.
Okay, you got your dark room, and you got to do it. All right, what's your favorite food?
My mom's mac and cheese.
All right. What makes it so special? It's real creamy?
I don't know. She bakes it. I don't know. I just eat it.
Bakes it. You just eat it, huh? All right. Is that your birthday dinner request, your mac and cheese?
Nah.
No? Okay. What do you like to do when you're not playing football? Give us some of your hobbies.
Basketball.
Basketball. All right. You getting ready for that? Coach getting excited about that?
Yes, sir.
I've already seen the drills. I've been seeing the little videos of the shots coming off the side. And Coach was able to work well. These coaches both work well of getting a lot of basketball players out for football. And then, he's going to be your biggest fan. He started last year in the stands watching you guys. Yeah. All right. And what's it like to go on the road and play this last 10th regular season game before you get into playoffs?
We're hoping for a win so we can host first round.
That's right. And that would be a really interesting situation, if MacArthur wins, because back in the day when you had two of them that host, one's got to play Thursday and Friday. Unless they've changed that, it's whoever won the regular season.
trying to keep the freshman locked in and trying to make sure that he's keeping his head straight and make sure that he's focused on not getting nervous and things. And Braden's really done a great job at overcoming challenges and really stepped up and helped me look better than I really am.
Now your holder over here, is he the first to yell fire? I mean, if it's kind of a low snap, does he yell out something? Is he loud enough for everybody to hear?
Oh yeah, it's fire, fire, fire.
Okay, and what's the plan when it does? Is he to throw it to you, or what does he do? Does he pick it up and throw it himself? Who gets that?
So Noble, it was kind of just against Noble we had a fire drill first snap, and it was
unscripted.
It was
unscripted,
and it wasn't even that bad of a fire drill. I could have got that down.
Everyone thought it was it looked planned. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think Braden was a little nervous and he didn't want it to mess up, so he was like, "This is not good enough. It wasn't perfect." So, what I did is I went to lead block.
Which you never do.
Which I never do. I went to lead block, and I turned around and I see the ball. I saw the ball in the air, so I caught it, and I'm about to make a play, and I did not make a play.
No.
Okay. Well.
And the other one, he threw it back to Amari. I think he overthrew him or something, but I mean, he's really good on the flash, just making a play,
What's the season been like for you?
Again, it's just overcoming a lot of things, busy home life, working, school, senior year, and then having 3 different long snappers to get used to and having different holders to get used to. It's really just like, am I ready to play at the next level, being able to get over these things and get over these humps, and still excel.
All right, well, good luck. Bus ride to Guthrie, and hopefully you guys take care of business. You can be in the 2 slot. You could be 3, and if it's 3 against 2, we could be talking next week. Could be a rematch of MacArthur and Lawton High. What would that be like if you had to go do that game again?
Man, we're ready for it.
You'd be up for it, huh? Yeah, it's like the rematch game. All right. Well, first things first. You got to get past Guthrie, and we'll see what happens from there. All right. So we'll take a timeout. Got the Eisenhower Eagles to talk to as we'll close out our coaches show with 6 area schools here at La Grande Cantina. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Grande Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Grande Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
Whether you're buying or selling, today's real estate market is proving trickier than ever.
We've been doing this for over 22 years.
So if a problem does arise, you can trust us to solve it.
Let us use our years of experience to guide you to buy or sell your home.
Trust the team that's gotten it done with over 12,000 deals done in the last 22 years.
Always call our Payment Berries team.
We're not bragging, we're just applying for it.
All right, all set to go as our closeout. We saved the best for last, Coach.
Yes,
That's
sir,
right.
yes, sir.
The Eisenhower Eagles here at La Grande Cantina. We start off, with our 6 area schools, all 3 Lawton schools, Cache, Elgin, and Walters. Got some great matchups. The Eisenhower Eagles going to close out. We're going to talk a little bit about before your matchup with U.S. Grant, which will be a really good. It's much needed for this team. I think with what you've faced and your injuries and the district that you're in, great opportunity to finish out at Spiegel Stadium. It's an artificial turf, so you're not having to worry about like what we just mentioned with Guthrie and the natural grass. So it will be interesting there. And they've got their challenges there, so it'll be a really good tune-up. So talk us through about the rankings. You're a little bit different than what we say typically is the 32 teams. There's 8 in the district. They take the top 4. Well, in 6A1 and 6A2, the 32 is already split with 16, and then they take the top 6, and then they have the top 2 get bye weeks.
Yes, sir.
So talk a bit about where you feel that you're ranking and where you are right now for the playoff situation.
Right now, we kind of – it's a weird deal. We kind of club basically fell into 6th.
But there's the way it kind of working out, depending on the last 2 games, and what we're kind of projected to see is like a 3-way tie, and it's going to come down to points and everything like that. So we beat Southmore beat Piedmont, and now it comes down. They actually have 2 important games this week as well. I know Putnam City and I believe Putnam City and Piedmont play this week.
Okay.
Or Putnam City and Southmore play this week. Piedmont and Stillwater play this week. So just some bigger games that can still kind of mess with the seeding a little bit on our side. The other side is pretty much finished out. I know they got a couple of games as well. I know Muskogee and Putnam City North play each other.
But are you assured a playoff spot?
Yeah, so we're assured a playoff spot, and we're looking at, like I said, 5th or 6th place. Either one place playing the 3rd place team from the other side or playing the 4th place team from the other side.
Well, we talked to some of your players, and how excited it was that you hadn't done that in 3 years. You had not made the playoffs, and they were just saying, "Hey, if we were to make the playoffs, we'll take it."
Right.
and we'll just go from there. So
yes,
that's got to be exciting for the
Most
team
definitely.
to know that Week 10 is not the finality of the season.
Well, I think what we talked about is, the past 2 years that I've been here, we've been talking about. I was like, what have we been talking about on Week 10 the past 2 years? We've been talking about next year. So we get the opportunity to talk about next week.
That's right.
Continue to keep playing, and the better you play, you can continue to play for the next week. So our guys are excited, man. I think the bigger thing is they know where we're at as well. They know we're getting to where we're fully healthy, and we can kind of go through this game. We can see where we're at as a full team. Outside of the weather, it's football weather. We're not doing nothing different. We went outside. We see in the water. We're gonna go out there and play. And get some guys, so again, just kind of building that depth from the young guys to get some more reps as well. That way we know who can come in as well. We kind of looked at ourselves. We found that we were a lot, not really top heavy, but we got some top heavy athletes that, the game kind of revolves around, and other teams will, kind of cater to playing against us. Well, last week we watched guys double and triple team series.
Yeah.
And
still got a touchdown.
Exactly. 2 touchdowns with 210 yards and some more. Man,
it's
great
good
play.
to get him healthy. It's
Yes,
good
sir.
to have him back. Yeah.
That's definitely no.
As opposed to keying on number 1 all the time.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then last week we said Rashad. So and he had a thigh injury. So now we get to see what it's going to look like put all together. We had the suspensions as well going into last week's game where we were missing 11 guys for the first 3 quarters.
Okay.
From the previous
game.
week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So but
I didn't know you had that many suspensions.
Yeah.
They must have went back and did some film study, I guess.
Yeah, and then we found out on Tuesday who was all going to be suspended, and it went through the whole deal. But our guys, they still were up for the test, and we ended the first quarter at 16-7, and we see some hope and some promise. It just kind of ran out, when you're looking around for guys. And
you don't have those guys.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I think our team learned from it, and they understood the importance of being a backup, the importance of having guys that can come in, and the importance of showing each other you really got to have each other's back. And one of the sayings that I say over at our team is, "You're only as good as your backup." And now our starters are starting to figure out the importance of their job. I think it's a good deal for us. Like I said, we're coming together. We're rolling right at the right time. Practices have been a high energy, a lot faster, and kind of getting back to that mode of a new season. And that's what we're preaching over on the west side, man. Just what the best part about the playoffs is everybody is 0-0.
That's right.
So
everybody starts brand new.
That's
so
it.
Who can improve from this point on to get yourself to a state championship opportunity? Got a couple players with you, so grab the microphone, give us your name, grade, and what position you're in.
My name is Aiden Dingle. I'm in 12th grade, and I'm a outside linebacker and tight end.
Okay, so what's it like, to play linebacker at this position at 6A, moving up to a little bit more physical? And Choctaw, you had they're a very physical team, as well. What's it been like playing at that position?
It's just bigger linemen. That's really all it is. More physical. Run heavy, down the middle. So that's really all it is.
What are you looking at this week? You don't ever want to overlook a team, but you already know what U.S. Grant is. But hopefully get a lot of players some playing time and some rest. But maybe you guys can really start to kind of come and gel to get this ready for playoff mode, you think?
Yes, sir. Like you said, we don't ever want to overlook our opponent. We just want to come in and just dominate like every week. And so, yeah.
What's this senior season been like for you?
It's been ups and downs. Not this senior season that, we had hoped for. We dreamed of having a better season, a better record. But we still have a chance in the playoffs. We still have a chance to fight for that gold ball. So. Yeah.
Well, one thing that we've noticed, and the broadcast teams have brought this up, is that there's really no quit with you guys. I don't care what the score is, even in that Choctaw game. I mean, it wasn't like, and that's a maturity level with you guys. You think that the younger underclassmen are experiencing that, that Eisenhower football is 4 quarters and you play to the last whistle, and that's what you guys have lived up to?
Yeah, so Coach had preached the season that even if down or big player would not just always keep fighting. I feel like the last 2 seasons we've been bad at that, so yeah.
Okay, what is your plans for after high school? What do you see yourself doing?
If not college, probably go to the military, Air Force and Navy.
Okay, all right. Great opportunity to expand there and serve your country. That'd be awesome. Got another player next to you, so give us your name, position, and what grade you're in.
Devion Bailey, wide receiver, safety, and I'm a senior.
Yeah, so what do you like playing better, offense or defense?
Defense.
Why is that?
It's like you get to hit people.
Anytime everybody chooses defense over offense, I know what the answer is going to be, and it's always the same. I like to hit people, and you can do that. All right. So a little physicality there. What has this season been for you so far as a senior?
It's been ups and downs, but thankful to have it, though.
All right. And this week, you're going to travel for your last road game there before playoffs, but we've talked about this a little bit. You're guaranteed to be in the playoffs. Haven't had that in 3 years. What's it like for Eisenhower to play in that extra week after week 10 when other teams are shutting it down and you guys are still going to play football? What does it mean to have a week 11?
It feels great. I feel like we coming together because we accomplished it, and now we want more.
Yeah, so you can maybe surprise the little people when it comes into this playoff run then, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So Eisenhower Eagles on the road. Spiegel Stadium against U.S. Grant. You can catch that 6:30 for the pregame, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. Javon Harrison. How's our player doing, by the way?
Kobe's
update?
doing great, man. He is actually doing he had his surgery on Friday.
Okay.
Talked to his mom yesterday. They're going to do a couple more surgeries that'll kind of help him get more movement and things like that. But, man, he's getting better every day.
Okay.
Again, just from his family, they are, more than appreciative from everybody, and they're, thankful for all the support from not just, the football teams, but the community. We got other teams in the city that have called and, asked what they can do and help. So, just from the Eisenhower Eagles alone, we want to thank everybody for the support and the help as well. I know his family, again, just very thankful for, the support from the community. So, man, Kobe's going to keep fighting. We're going to keep praying for him. I know that's another kind of deal for us as our team is we're going to keep fighting, and I think that's something that helps us, push forward and focus. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, man, keep fighting, Kobe, and we're praying for you.
All right. So, best of luck in that as well. Okay, we're going to close things out as we are at La Grande Cantina for our coaches show on Tuesday, wrapping up week 10 here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Craving delicious Mexican cuisine? Head to La Grande Cantina at the west entrance of Central Plaza. We're open late, serving up handcrafted drinks and authentic Mexican dishes. Enjoy daily happy hour from 6 p.m. until closing time. La Grande Cantina. We're the perfect spot for both lunch and dinner.
Okay, so we are back at La Grande Cantina, going to wrap things up here in the mall, and this is our reserve section. It's got a lot quieter now. I don't know what was the big deal. I think most of our teams kind of finished up and have left, and so we're rest to clean up after the great attendance that we've got with all 6 area schools, all 3 Lawton schools, Cache, Elgin, and Walters, and best of luck to our teams. As I mentioned before, please download the app. It's probably the easiest way you can access us on Apple and Android devices by searching the Oklahoma Sports Network, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Social media, connect to us on Facebook, who are watching on Facebook Live, and then also You can find us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have over 5,000 subscribers right now, and we appreciate that connection with us. And as we mentioned, of the 13 schools in the network, 11 are marching on after Week 10. So we are going to continue our coaches show. I was just asked, are we going to continue after the season's over? As long as we have teams left standing, we're still going to have the coaches show here at La Grande Cantina. So I can already assure you that next week we're going to have another show here at 6 p.m. talking with our teams about their matchups in the playoffs. So keep it tuned in. We'll tell you who's going where and who's going to be what, because there's a lot to be decided in Week 10. So you got a lot of great matchups. You've been watching a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network Coaches Show at La Grande Cantina right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.